I came across this article the other day on the internet, just said fun facts about Hitler, which I think is a great title. I've always said there aren't enough upbeat pieces on the Fuhrer. Fun fact about Hitler, didn't pay income tax, was very bad at managing his money, and I thought, man, it's too bad there wasn't a group of people that could have helped, you know? That's Jews. So, that's... You know where that joke did not hit? Naples, Florida, okay? Terrible people. My least favorite city, I'll never go back. I bombed 4 straight nights. I got into an argument with an 80-something-year-old man. I had a breakdown on the last show. I finally just said, I gotta get out of Naples. He goes, well, you're still here. I said, well, I'll be out in the morning. You'll be in a casket soon. And he said, you'll have to put me there. And I said, that's not how time works. And it kept escalating back and forth. Finally, I hear a voice in the crowd yell out, Grandpa, enough. That's Naples to me. My dad called me to check in. He said, how are you? I said, I'm in fucking Naples. And my dad goes, Italy? And I was like, oh no. These jokes are not taking me abroad, Pops. I'm in Florida. The bad part. True story, I'm on stage there. I just, as a start to a bit, I go, so I'm a New York Jew, and someone in the crowd goes, ugh, no. Not a yes or no question. It's my heritage. Also, ugh, that's our sound. That's cultural appropriation, okay? Not all gigs are this fun, man. I think my mom worries about my career choice sometimes. Sometimes it'll be a bad gig. I do casinos sometimes are the worst gigs ever. You know, they pay pretty well, but they're soul-crushing. You're just watching people stand up one by one and exit throughout the show. Some by scooter. It's very jarring. But, and the casino's not even mad because they want these people pissing away their money on the gambling floor, you know? So I go to apologize to management. They're like, no, you're doing a great job. You should bust out the abortion jokes earlier tomorrow night, because those went horribly. But I think she worries. My mom worries a lot. I was with her the other day on the street. We saw a dead bird, and I said, ew, dead pigeon. My mom goes, don't touch it. I was like, what do you think happens when you're not around? You think I'm just walking around? Let me grab this shit right here. Hell yeah. Lunch meat. I don't blame my mom for worrying. You know, I still get in trouble. I got assaulted in Burlington, Vermont earlier this year, which is not where you think it's gonna happen. A lot of open-toed sandals, everyone's high. I thought it was safe, honestly, but they seem like nice people. Bernie even seems like a nice guy. I like Bernie Sanders, you know why? Because he debates the way I've argued with every woman in every relationship. I know I don't have a chance. I just want to get my ideas out there, you know? So I'm in Vermont, and I'm out after the show. I'm having a couple beers with some comics. We're at a bar 2 blocks from the venue. Some guy walks up to me. I can tell something's off about him, and he just looks at me and he goes, University of Vermont? And I said, no. And he goes, master's degree? And I said, you're getting colder. And he said, I want to beat the shit out of all of you. But he's only looking at me. Yeah, and I looked him up and down. I was like, he's bluffing. So I turn around. As I turn around, he grabs me by the shoulder, takes a pint glass, and smashes it over my head. And I thought, I poorly read that situation. He was not bluffing. So he runs out. They call the cops. And the first thing I say after he hangs up with the cops is I yell to the bar, you all heard him call me Jew boy before he did it. And they said, I didn't hear that. And I said, I did. And a Jussie Smollett tale is born. So they put him in the backseat. The cops get him very quickly. He wasn't getting far on foot. He's in the backseat of the car. The cops are examining to see how bad my injury is. They're taking glass out of my hair. And the cop asked, did he smash a pint glass on your head? And I said, it could have been a pint glass. It could have been a menorah. It happened very quickly, okay? And the cop asked, do you see spinning? I said, like a dreidel. It's pretty rough, you know? Then finally I had to admit it wasn't a hate crime, and they took the guy away, and the bar manager turned to me and he said, just so you know, this never happens here. And I was like, yeah, I figured. That'd be pretty weird if you were like, that was Scott. So, Scott does that.